The Empire Windrush brings to Britain 500 Jamaicans. Many are ex-servicemen who know England. They served this country well. In Jamaica, they couldn't find work. Discouraged but full of hope, they sailed for Britain, citizens of the British Empire coming to the mother country with good intent. Prodded by public opinion, the Colonial Office gives them a more cordial reception than was at first envisaged.
At first, Britain welcomed the Sons of the Empire. The Evening Standard sent a plane to greet them as the Windrush sailed up the Channel. They came to Attlee's newly nationalised industries, to a country rebuilding after 6 years of war. Many had served in that war and saw their voyage as a journey home.
It was immediately after the war, and we could not have expected a great lot. We expected to rough it.
On the boat, it was realized that about a third of the men had nowhere to go. And the authorities, although they didn't want us here, thought it was a good idea to send us to Peckham Deep Shelter. Now the reason was that it was used during the war as an air raid shelter. And after the war, some students used it. So they took us in minibuses to Clapham Deep Shelter. I think it was about 232 of us. And from there we did our documentation, and within 1 month, everybody had left the shelter and worked. One of the first men to got a job was Columbus. The man was a painter in Jamaica. And when he went to the place, they said, paint? They said, well, give me a try. They gave the man a try. He got the job, and within 2 weeks, he was out of the shelter. And gradually, we left the shelter. But overall, the host nation, the people, were very helpful, even until today.
When they landed at Tilbury, the civilians, there were a party waiting for them, organized by either the Home Office or some other department. Civilians to come off the boat. They said to them, do you know where you're going? Oh yes, I'm going to my relation in Birmingham. You sure know? You know where you're going? Oh yes, I'm going to Birmingham. Here you are, train ticket to Birmingham, £20. Off you go. You, I'm going to Manchester. Train ticket to Manchester, 20 quid. Off you go. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. Oh well, you stop there then, and I'll tend to you after.
It was difficult to get accommodation. And I remember my brother came here in 1949, the year after, and I had him in Stockwell, and I was from the Air Force on leave, and I went to see him. We went out to our fish and chips, and I was going up back the stairs. The landlord said, no, you can't go up, you don't live there. I said, what? My brother says, my brother, son, that's how it is. You just have a room here and you have to do exactly what they want. He said, but I tell you what, we should buy our own house. And this was happening all about. And by having difficulty, we had to club together and buy our own house. All right, we have an empty house, no furniture, no anything. But you could get second-hand furniture. And most of the traders, if you keep your nose clean, would let you have pillowcase, blankets and all that, and you pay weekly. And today, most West Indians by 1982, especially Jamaicans, own more property than the host nation, because in those days, the host nation lived in a corporation house or in a council house. It's only of late they think of buying their own place, but we had to.
So the civilians were put in private accommodation. They didn't stay there for long, 2 or 3 weeks, the longest, and they were all out because they didn't want to linger, you know. They found themselves jobs and accommodation.
I was there for about 2 weeks, I think, because it's a extremely deep place, you know, because it was when the Northern Line running in the morning, wake us up because we was below the train line. That wake us up. And then we used to come out in the day and go in the park. And then we used to walk from there down to Clapham Common.
That picture was taken while I was off guard, actually. I didn't realize that it was a photographer from the Evening Standard who took that picture. And I didn't realize I was on camera.
I was there, and a Guyanese boy living up the road in Balham came and met me, another ex-Air Force type. He said, "Oh, Harry, come on. You don't have to stay there." So I said, "Where do I go?" He said, "Nan," he called his landlady, he called her Nan. "Nan has got a room, I'm certain she'll let you have it. Come with me and I'll introduce." So he took me up and I met Nan. And Nan says, "Yes, there's a basement room there you can have."
For a period, we used to sleep, three of us, moving around together. And we used to sleep on the tube, get the last tube. And end of the line, some of the tube men that were ex-servicemen used to have pity and lend us blankets and all that. And that's the way we used to survive, and we used to come back in town and walk around in town looking jobs.